You need to go to forhims.com/Jack. That's forhims.com/Jack.
National headlines, Georgia State news and sports, and the local stories you care about. News Talk 1330 WLBB, Carrollton.
Good Thursday morning. Welcome to the WLBB Community Voice Program. Our show brought to you by Tanner Health System, News Talk 1330, FM 106.3. And this morning we broke out the high-definition cameras. Jill Brock pressing the buttons there this morning. You can catch us on Facebook Live, the News Talk 1330 WLBB Facebook page. So good morning to all of you tuning in to us on Facebook. You can already see my guest if you have checked out the Facebook page. He's one of 4 candidates running for Carroll County Commissioner for District 4. The seat was held by Michelle Morgan. She resigned that position in order to run for Carroll County Chairman. There'll be about a year and I guess about 2/3 or a year and a third left of that unexpired term for whoever wins this District 4 race. As you can see, again, candidate in front of me, John Bryan from Hooping Creek Church Road in Carrollton. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Colin.
It is Hooping Creek, right?
Hooping Creek Church Road,
yeah.
Is it?
All right. John,
longest spelling word in the city.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, lived in Carrollton all my life, born and raised. Always lived within 7 miles of Tanner Hospital where I was born. Mom and Dad, Kenny and Breatha Bryan, always lived here. Grew up off of Roy North Road over there on the southern side of the district, and then got married, moved to Clem, graduated from Central High School, joined the National Guard right after high school. Got 2 beautiful kids. Haley's just graduated from Central High School, and Mason, he's going in the 8th grade at Central and stuff. And right after that, went to work at the insurance office, the longest family-run insurance office in West Georgia, Bryan Insurance. And been doing that ever since, 23 years now. So,
how do you think your employment experience would benefit as commissioner?
The employment experience, I think, will be a big part of in the experience. One, I have to operate on a budget. We only have so much money coming in, so we have to spend so much money coming out. It's that simple. You can't overspend what you don't have. Common sense there.
You can try.
Yeah, you can try, but it don't work. But every day I help people. Every day people call. They have a situation, they have a problem. Hey, John, can you help me? Or, hey, John, I need this. And my whole job every day is to help people. Now, I've got great people at my office that do this also. I got Joe Pace works for me. He's a great guy. He is awesome at his job and stuff. Couldn't do a lot without him. But our job every day is to help people and stuff. And so that's all I've ever done for the last 23 years. All I've ever done is help people. And it's in my nature. I'll see somebody broke down on the side of the road. My wife gets irritated by that so bad, I'll stop to help somebody. Hey, if it's not just to say, hey, are you okay? And stuff.
You just threw your wife under the bus.
Oh, yeah.
My wife doesn't like it, but
yeah, she's like, you don't need to do that. And I'm like, well, hey, if it was you, you'd want somebody to stop. If nothing else, just say, hey, are you okay?
Well, you may have answered this question a little bit, just talking about you do enjoy helping people, and you feel like you do that every day. What do you see the job as District 4 Commissioner? The
job at District 4 Commissioner is that, just on a lot larger scale. People have issues. They come to their commissioner to get issues fixed. You have a problem with a road. Hey, you come to your commissioner and say, hey, John, this is what the problem is. I got this issue. Can you get this done? Hey, can you get this cut for me? Hey, what about, we need to rezone this area. Is that something that you can do and stuff? And so by being in the insurance industry and helping people that way, this commissioners is just a bigger step of that and stuff. And so it's not a problem. And I'm actually looking forward to it, but I really enjoy helping people.
Do you have a particular motivation for seeking this seat out? And maybe even this time?
Challenge.
Yeah.
It's a challenge and stuff, and helping people on a bigger scale. It's just something when you help somebody, the look in their eyes when you help somebody, that look is rewarding and stuff. And I really enjoy that and stuff. And this is on a bigger scale, and it's a challenge, and it's something I look forward to.
Would you be seeking the seat right now? If it wasn't, would you be seeking it in 2020?
Yes. I was going to do it years ago, but like I said, my good friend John Wilson was running. I wanted to do everything I could to help him out. And then when Michelle Morgan entered the race and stuff, I was helping people out all I could and stuff. And so, yeah, I would run again in 2020.
Was there anything, as far as Michelle was in for 6 years, were there any particular votes or anything that you disagreed with? Maybe there's some things recent or overall. Because you think if somebody's going to run, somebody's in a position and somebody wants to run, there had to be maybe something that said, you know what, I would have done this different.
Michelle's a great person and stuff. And we used to rent from Jimmy Morgan back when we were across the street from our current location, the Trojan Center and stuff. Michelle's very social. She's at all the social events, and that's really important, being out there if that's what you like and stuff, being at all that and stuff. And as far as a particular thing, no, she's done a good job. I think some things could have been done, a little bit better maybe, or pushed a little bit harder. Example being, everybody talks about, and this is going to be a topic me and you're going to talk about, first responders, public service, okay, better pay. They're talking about it. The people running for commissioner are talking about it. The people who were commissioners are talking about it. Wait a minute, you just had that job, and you're talking about now making it better. Why didn't you make it better then? Why wasn't this brought up then? So there's some issues that I wish could have been. I think she could have handled a little bit better and got the job done, and it wouldn't be so. We wouldn't be dealing with this now.
Well, how would you do that? How do you go about finding that extra money to get these raises for first responders or county employees altogether?
I've looked at the future map, that big 70-page document. Tried to read through it all and stuff. You got to look at, if we would quit losing people that we're training, then we would actually that's where the money's coming from. We're losing more money than we're taking. We're losing all this money because we're training them and they're leaving. Well, if we paid them right and trained them right, then it's not going to cost us any more money in the long run, because we're not losing all this money. If you come and work at the fire department and the county trains you as a fireman and you leave, then I got to train another person. I got to pay to train another person. Well, that's where the money is right there. You just keep putting money in training, and the money's going out the door, and you're not keeping anybody. So you're training 10 guys to do the job of one. You're training 10 guys, 9 of them leave, and you're keeping one. There's ways to do it, I'm sure. And that's something we'll look at with the budget. Like at my office, we'll sit down we have a budget, and we'll say, okay, this is what we need. I need to spend more on advertising. Okay, then let's look at where we can get that money from.
Have you taken a peek see at the proposed budget for this year yet?
I've looked at it and stuff, but I don't know, where's the commissioners get $1.4 million? Where does that money go? I haven't looked into the in-depth of the line per line. I've looked at the whole thing and says, okay, we spend this much on this. We spend over $1 million on ambulance services. If you rode an ambulance, they charge me like $600. Why are we paying them $1 million for? Stuff like this is look at and say, okay, why are we doing this and stuff, and try to see where we can come up with it. We're going to come up, if I'm elected, we're going to say, okay, this is what we need. We need this many firemen to man these many stations. Why we got stations that aren't manned, I don't know. So where do we get that money from? Okay, what's this money going to? Okay, what's this money going to? What's this money going to? How much do you need? Do we need to spend all that money on this? Can we move that money over here? Stuff like that. The politics is new to me. I'm a businessman. I'm a family man, but the politics is new. Like I said, I enjoy helping people. I have a lot of friends that are firemen. I was a volunteer at Clem for years and stuff, and so I know about the fire department, how it works and stuff, and how it's shrinking and how we need to improve it and stuff. So let's look at what we need and then how we can get there.
John Bryan is one of 4 candidates running for the Carroll County Commissioner District 4 seat. The other candidates, Steve Fuller, Alan Gump Griffith, and Mark T. Sullivan. We'll have the last 2 gentlemen on our program hopefully next week. If you had an interview with Steve Fuller, I believe last week, and it should be on our website, newstalk1330.com. But today we're talking with John Bryan, and again, one of 4 candidates. Early voting began yesterday, and that continues through the 14th, Friday the 14th, and then Election Day is the 18th. We'll come back and talk more with Mr. John Bryan after this break. Community Voice brought to you by Tanner Health System, News Talk 1330, FM 106.3.
At Tanner, we're advancing health throughout West Georgia and East Alabama because we know that exceptional care isn't based on how many patients we serve, but how well we serve them. That's why we're focused on quality, delivering the best possible care for our patients. It's why we're expanding our clinical services and building new facilities to serve our growing community. And it's why we're looking beyond our hospitals and medical practices to develop sustainable wellness and preventive health programs in our region. What makes a hospital great has changed. It's not how many beds we have. It's how well we care for the neighbors who need them. Delivering the right care to every patient, every time, is how Tanner is advancing health with medicine beyond measure. Learn more at tanner.org or find a physician on our medical staff by calling 770-214-CARE.
All right, welcome back to the WLBB Community Voice program. Our show brought to you by Tanner Health System here on News Talk 1330 FM 106.3. And this morning you can check us out on Facebook Live on the News Talk 1330 WLBB Facebook page. You can also post comments and questions for our guest on that website, and I'll take a peek at it during our next break or during this interview. And feel free to call us with questions and comments. 678-601-8255, 678-601-TALK. County Commission candidate for District 4, John Bryan, is our guest. Last November, voters went to the poll to vote on T-SPLOST, the Transportation Special Purpose Local Option Sales Tax, and shot it down for whatever reason. I mean, I heard 2 or 3 different reasons why they shot that down. The county would have the option to bring that back. Would you support it if they brought it back to let voters decide once again? Do you think it's done? And are you a supporter of T-SPLOST? Do you think that's a necessary way to generate some revenue?
Colin, I voted against the T-SPLOST. I believe that it could have been sold better. The county is broke. They need money. So they're like, hey, let's do this T-SPLOST. We'll be vague on what we're going to do. Get it in. We'll get money, and we'll pad our general fund. That's wrong. To me, we did there was a SPLOST years ago to help firemen. We brought brand new fire trucks and all this stuff with that SPLOST. That money, they said, this is what we're going to use it for. Okay, this T-SPLOST, you want to do it for road improvements and everything else? What road? Okay, we need this much money. We're going to use this T-SPLOST to do these projects. Write it all out. Don't say, well, we're going to do this. We put the money here, and then we might do this. No, the public wants to know what the money's going to. First of all, politics is everybody thinks politicians are corrupt anyway, so you got a trust issue off the bat. Then when you're vague about what you're going to use it for, then you're adding to it. And then when you're going to use it to have a blank check, no, people aren't going to do that. Why would I give the people a blank check? The T-SPLOST is used to fix roads. Let's fix the roads. These are the roads that's going to be fixed. It cost, somebody said like $180-something thousand per mile or something, or foot or whatever, to pave a road. These are the roads we're going to fix with this money. If anything left over, we're going to use it to buy new paving equipment, stuff for transportation only and stuff. And so I believe if it's pushed that way, if it's explained that way, and the people know, hey, this is where your money's going. You can drive down this road and say, hey, the money paved this road. Then I believe it'll pass. But they're not for giving government officials a blank check and say, oh, here, spend it however you want to.
You would support it, though, if it's laid out like that?
Yeah, if it's laid out like that. Because wouldn't you want to know where your money's going?
Absolutely. I believe we have a caller. You ready to go, Steve Graddick, and punch that up? All right, we're going to go to line 2. Good morning. You're on the Community Voice.
Good morning. I have a question for your guest. You had alluded earlier in the program about paying $1 million for ambulance services here in the county. My question is twofold. Number one, do we only have one ambulance service that serves Carroll County, West Georgia ambulance? And then why do, if I use the ambulance, why does then my insurance company turn around and pay if the county is paying them? Could you answer that question?
I cannot answer that question. I'm going to stir up a hornet's nest, okay? I'm going to go ahead and get you started. Steve Adams owns West Georgia Ambulatory Service, whatever it's called. It cannot be changed. It was passed at the state level that he can have the only contract for Carroll County. It's a thing because of his ethnicity and stuff. The county can't bid it out. The county's stuck with it. Now, I'm like you. I want to know why we're paying $1 million for it when I'm paying $600 and they come pick me up and drive me to the hospital. I don't get it. Where's this? Why are we paying you $1 million for? That's what we're going to figure out. And then why are we paying them $1 million? If we need that service for something, then why is it $1 million? So I don't know why they have it, and that's what I'm here to find out. Because wouldn't you like to know where your $1 million is going? I do.
Right, but let me ask you this. Say it can't be changed. Well, I didn't think there was any laws that could not be changed.
I'm not sure of the technicality of it. This is just what I know is that it was something that was done that he has the sole contract for that. And that's why he drives a Porsche everywhere and all that good fun stuff. And we get charged $600 and county pays him $1 million.
Okay, well, let me ask one follow-up question. So if you get elected as county commissioner, are you going to seek to find out why we're into this contract and do whatever you could?
You doggone right I'm going to find out.
Change this?
You doggone right I'm going to find out. I don't like spending that money, just letting it go to somebody for no reason.
I said, are you going to find out? But then I said, are you going to seek to change it? That was the second part of my question.
Yeah, because we can use that money elsewhere. Wouldn't you like? I mean, I don't see why we're double dipping on why he's getting double dipped on that. You know, I think we can use that $1 million for a whole lot better stuff, in my opinion. So yeah, I want to get in there and get my hands dirty and figure out where it's going.
All right. Well, I appreciate so much this morning. Thank you.
Thank you for calling, Carolyn. And if you'd like to call and make a comment or have a question for John, 678-601-8255, 678-601-TALK. You can also post a question or comment to the News Talk 1330 WLBB Facebook page. And we'll pass it along during this program. Before we go to our break, we did talk a little bit about the budget and talking about the ambulance services. When do you feel like it's okay to increase the millage rate? What's the process that you're going to work through your brain to decide whether it's an okay thing to do?
Once we get in there, just like I said, just like in my business, this is what we need. This is how much money we have. How do we get to that? If we need to look at increasing that millage rate to get that, then that's what we need to do. Nobody's going to tell you that because everybody wants to get elected. Nobody gets elected by saying, hey, we might increase the millage rate. They're going to tell you, we need to, offer better services and lower taxes. Well, you know what? You want lower taxes? Go to Cleveland or Randolph County. Then brag about your fire department. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's low millage rate. By golly, you want low millage rate? Go there and see what services you get.
Would you support a millage rate increase if that was the only way?
If that was the way to do it. If that was the way to do it, yeah. You mean to tell me you ask those people out in Jones Mill, hey, would you pay $100 extra to have a fireman at your house in 5 minutes or 20 minutes? Tell you what, hey, John Doe living out at Jones Mill, would you pay $100 extra a year in your county taxes to guarantee that a fireman's going to be at your house lickety split? Or would you rather save that $100 and we might get one out to you in 20 minutes? What you think he's going to say? He's going to say, yeah, I'll pay more than $100 to have a fireman at my house. I mean, it's common sense.
How about the other side of that? How would you work out whether to give a business a tax abatement?
Case by case basis. I have to look into that a little bit more.
Mm-hmm. And do you consider the amount of jobs that they be bringing? Because you see these tax abatements, and I've had this conversation with another candidate, actually the chairman candidate. These 10-year tax abatements, and sometimes, it's happened. After 10 years, they'll skip town. Yeah.
I believe we shouldn't give stuff away. If we're going to run a sewer line out to Walmart.com, way out yonder, let's get something for it. The city did that. The city ran the sewer line out yonder to get Walmart.com to come in here and stuff. I'll help you out to bring you in here, but I'm not going to give you something for free and then you turn around and leave a big void. You know what I'm saying? Sony, prime example. Luckily, Southwire stepped up and bought that complex. My mother-in-law worked at Sony for a long time and stuff. Not that she's old, but she worked there a long time. But and then when their deal left, Sony left. Well, now we're stuck with this huge, big building that we can't do nothing with. What are we going to do with it and stuff? So let's look at what you can bring to the table. What can I do to help get you here? But yet I'm not going to have you come in here for free. And that's the way I look at it. Yeah, you're going to bring jobs, but we'll get those jobs. We can also get those jobs somewhere else if we have to, but we're not going to lose money just to get the jobs. It's the vicious cycle.
John Bryan, one of 4 candidates running for the Carroll County Board of Commissioners District 4 seat, and he's our guest on this morning's Community Voice program. We'll take our final break, and if you have questions or comments, again, feel free to call 678-601-8255, 678-601-TALK. This morning, we're also on the News Talk 1330 WLBB Facebook page, so I'll take a peek there and see if you've posted any questions or comments from our guest. We'll come back with about 8 minutes on this morning's Community Voice, brought to you by Tanner Health System here on News Talk 1330 FM 106.3.
At Tanner, we're advancing health throughout West Georgia and East Alabama because we know that exceptional care isn't based on how many patients we serve, but how well we serve them. That's why we're focused on quality, delivering the best possible care for our patients. It's why we're expanding our clinical services and building new facilities to serve our growing community. And it's why we're looking beyond our hospitals and medical practices to develop sustainable wellness and preventive health programs in our region. What makes a hospital great has changed. It's not how many beds we have. It's how well we care for the neighbors who need them. Delivering the right care to every patient, every time, is how Tanner is advancing health with medicine beyond measure. Learn more at tanner.org or find a physician on our medical staff by calling 770-214-CARE.
Back to the final segment of this morning's WLBB Community Voice program. Our show brought to you by Tanner Health System here on News Talk 1330 FM 106.3. About 7 minutes left in our program, although John has offered to go an extra half hour if we'd like this morning.
We'll keep going.
Again, John Bryan, our guest this morning, one of 4 candidates running for Carroll County District 4 Commissioner. Steve Fuller, Alan Gunt-Griffith, Mark Sullivan, the other candidates that are you'll see on the ballots. At the polling, actually just one polling place going on for the next 3 weeks. Early voting continues through the 14th of June. Election day is actually the 18th of June. When do you think that it's okay for local governments, Carroll County government, to support nonprofits in their agenda?
The nonprofits, it's in my notes. Michelle brought this up, and I agree with her on this. A lot of nonprofits can't survive on their own. They need a little help. If we have an obligation as Christians to help other people. If we can help these what little bit we give, and I don't know the exact amount, but what little we give to these organizations is huge to these organizations and can help people, then that's what we need to do and stuff. And it's no different than the bus transportation. Okay, we're paying for this bus transportation, but yet I can't help this guy transition from prison to the civilized world. You know, let's help those people. And if
you're talking about the reentry program.
Yeah, reentry program. I don't know the exacts of how much money we're spending on that and stuff. But if we can help people out, then it's no different than you giving money to somebody, to the fireman's fund when they got the fire boot and stuff. It's the same thing. We're helping people out. We're not going to go broke giving $10,000 to nonprofit organizations that help our community grow and be better in the community.
About 5 minutes before 9 o'clock, and we have a phone call on line 1. Another question or comment for you. Hey, good morning. You're on the Community Voice.
Hey, good morning. I have a question to see if this gentleman you currently have a candidate, would he vote for an open bid process, because according to the Star News April edition, there were no bids to purchase some John Deere mowers at a cost to us, the taxpayers, $716,000. And Michelle Morgan voted for no bids, along with Lee Powers voted for no bids. What would this gentleman do?
Well, and again, to clear that up, that is the law. They're okay to do that, take those state bids, and that's fine. But the controversy was that that a lot of people, local businesses, would have preferred they at least asked local businesses first. They admitted we may not have been able to meet those, match those bids, but at least give us a shot. That was the question. But there weren't any laws broke or anything.
No.
Like that.
If you noticed, I don't know if you look at the back of your police department, your sheriff's cars, a lot of those aren't bought at Mike Bell and Walker Cadillac. Those are bought other places and stuff. I believe it should be bid out in that case. In this case, they pissed instead. If they had bid it in, then they'd have had 3 people pissed at them. But this way, they got all 4 of them pissed at them. So, that's the way it goes. I believe they had some help from the state on getting those tractors and stuff. Me personally, I got a John Deere in my garage. I like John Deere, but at the same token, it could have been bid out, I believe, and said, "Hey, this is what we got. This is what we need. What can you provide?" and stuff, and went from there and at least looked at them.
We need an open bidding process. We need somebody on the Carroll County Commission who will vote for an open bidding process and not what Morgan and Powers did. And they're running for chairman. We don't need a chairman like that.
I agree and stuff. So
okay,
I agree with that.
Yep, thank you for calling. I just probably have about 2 minutes left in the program. I wanted to give you a chance to say goodbye and maybe give some thoughts here. But something else that we've talked a lot about in the last 6 months or so, the potential for subdivisions. There's land that's zoned agriculture. Would you be in favor if somebody owns that property? It is zoned agriculture at this point, but they want to build a subdivision. They want the county to change that zoning. How would you decide whether to support that or not?
Colin, I lost my best friend over a freaking Dollar General in Clem and stuff. It was zoned commercial already, and Dollar General wanted to go there, and unfortunately it cost me a friendship. I'm passionate about growth. I don't want a Dollar General within sight of my house and stuff. I don't want a trashy neighborhood within sight of my house and stuff. But yet we need growth. We need the right growth. We need the right subdivisions. Let's look at the zoning and say, okay, what size houses are going to be on this? What size houses, what size lots? Let's get the right growth. Let's get the right growth median families can afford and stuff, but keep it up. We don't need the place over behind Cottage Hill. We don't need that in the county. We need proper development, not just a developer trying to make a quick buck. And that's my opinion.
John, you've got 1 minute. You just knocked at my door. I've answered holding my dog. What are you telling me?
I'm telling you, vote for me. You want change. You can tell I'm passionate about this. I'm passionate about helping people. It's what I want to do. I look forward to this challenge and stuff. I want to make Carroll County a better place. I want to make it to where people are happy to be in Carroll County. And I want to make sure that our people are taken care of.
Do you have a website or Facebook page?
I got Elect John Bryan on Facebook. You can go there, ask questions. It's also Elect John Bryan District 4 and electjohnbryandistrict4@gmail.com is my email address. I'll be more than happy to answer any questions anybody has and stuff. And I'm always posting on Facebook and stuff. So check it out there. You never know what you might read.
You might fish it. You get some fishing tips.
Free ice cream for everybody.
John Bryan, thanks for being our guest this morning.
I appreciate it, Colin.
And again, John Bryan is one of 4 candidates running for the Carroll County District 4 seat and the Board of Commissioners. When this program's concluded, we're going to post it up on our website at newstalk1330.com. So if you missed anything, you can go back and visit that. We've had Steve Fuller, also a candidate for District 4 on the program. And next week, hope to bring in Alan Gunt-Griffith and Mark Sullivan as well. We're going to reach out to those guys here this week. Thank you for tuning in, and enjoy your Wednesday.